All right, we are right at the top of the hour. We're going to go ahead and get this presentation kicked off. So thank you for those of you that are joining us live on a Sunday. Some of you may be early Sunday morning. Some of you may already be Sunday afternoon or evening. Of course, we have a lot of community members all around the world. So wherever you're dialing in from, thank you for sharing a few minutes of your time. We hope to make this presentation quick and valuable and to show you what we believe when it comes to making trading simple, number one, with a little bit of practice. And then number two, helping individuals really capitalize or benefit on this revolution. That's what I call it. I call it it's a revolution sweeping the globe. A lot of people right now are finding out about trading. And there's a lot of people that never imagined themselves to be traders. But as time is going on and technology is getting better, trading in the financial markets is becoming more accessible, and people are starting to realize that they can do it. They can learn a couple simple skill sets that can help them grow and secure their financial future. And that's our goal, is to show you how we have a couple strategies that we've been working on with a community, and we have a lot of success stories happening in our community, and it's only going to get better. We're still in the launch phase here. And so what we're calling this is financial learning breakthrough in less than 8 minutes. And there's a reason why we call it 8 minutes, is because everything that we want to do with this community is centered around saving you time. Because one of the biggest deterrents to trading is how much time commitment is required to learn and apply. Typically, a lot of traders have to spend hours and hours per week trading. And our goal is to help people achieve the same results as effective traders who normally spend hours and hours, but to do so with just several minutes of time investment, right? Several minutes per day, maybe 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 10 minutes here. That's our goal, is to teach our community that. Now, there's currently over 10 million day traders in the world right now, over 10 million people worldwide. And that market, or that group of people, is growing every single day. And it's estimated that over the next 3 years, that there will be over 50 million people trading in the financial markets. So the growth of day trading is starting to hit what we call critical mass, meaning, this has been growing for 25 years, trading in the financial markets at a retail level, meaning you're not licensed, you're not a professional, you don't do this for a career, meaning just people who are learning how to trade from their phone or trade on the computer. That market has been growing for 25 years, and it's getting to a point now where it's starting to hit critical mass, where millions of people are searching for the right opportunity. And we're going to show you why we believe our opportunity is unique and why it's one of the most beneficial programs out there. So we are going to be talking about making money, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do, right? We're not here to volunteer our time. This isn't a charity. So I am going to read a disclaimer to make sure that we cover proper expectations. Remember that trading is always risky. Your results will definitely vary, and results are never guaranteed. The information that we provide is for educational purposes only. We don't provide any kind of financial advice. We have no solicitations for investments. This is not an investment program. Every trade is at the full discretion of the user, and users are fully and solely responsible for their trading results. And one should evaluate their own risk tolerance before trading, and of course, only trade with money they can afford to lose. So the good news, this is one of the very unique points that you're going to see in this overview, is that you stay in full control of your money at all times. That's one of the most unique parts to our program, because there's a lot of programs out there right now in that group of 10 million people that are learning how to trade, where the trading program requires you to send your money to someone else. You have to send, crypto or do a bank wire, and then someone else, a company or a person, has control over your money. That doesn't happen in our program. You keep your money inside your account. The reason we designed it that way, number one, is for compliance. A lot of those programs where you have to send your money to someone else and they're trading for you, a lot of those programs are illegal. And then number two, a lot of them are very, very ineffective, meaning they only last for a short term, and then they crash, and then everyone loses their money. We have a system. If you follow the actual rules of our system, you should never lose your money. Meaning you can lose some money by taking some losing trades, but you should never lose your account. So there's a lot more security with what we're doing if, disclaimer, if you follow the actual system. But that's really good news. It's good news to be in control. It's good news to have a plan in place where the plan protects you from losing your money. All you have to do is to develop a maturity to follow that system. But that's one of the most unique parts about the program. So where this all began, we have a big team behind the scenes that helped develop the couple of strategies that I'm going to show you. The trading team behind this project has been trading for multiple decades. In fact, we have nearly 80 years of combined experience. And so that's a lot of fun. It's fun developing a project where we want to create the best trading strategies that are the most simple strategies to follow, and working with a mastermind collective group of people that have been doing it for decades, because we get the best ideas, the best insights, the best results. And what we discovered in the last couple of years working together is we developed a strategy that now we believe anyone can follow in just a few minutes per day. And the reason we believe that is because we tested it. We developed some strategies, and then we went to the general public and we tested it. And the results were phenomenal. We've also led dozens of experienced beta groups in testing all of the latest trading technology. So, you know, they say, look under every stone, look under every rock if you're searching far and wide for a solution. We've done that. We've put in the time and we put in the effort in looking at all the latest trading technology out there in the world. Needless to say, we were not satisfied or blown away by what we saw. And so our team decided, we said, you know what, we're going to just develop it ourselves, because we have higher standards for what type of results we want our customers to achieve. And through that process of testing everything that was out there, it took years to do that. We learned what it really takes to succeed in trading. So a couple key benefits here. Number one, as we said, you are in full control of your money at all times. We have a very simple compound your money strategy. We show you the power of consistency, compounding little by little, 1 week at a time, a little up, a little down, and you keep doing that week by week. After several months, it turns into something very powerful. There's little to no experience needed to have success here. We will teach you. There's a couple steps that we teach our people not to be intimidated by. We tell people, you know, this is easier than learning the English language. We believe that. This is easier than learning elementary school math. It just takes a little bit of time. And sometimes adults are hesitant or cautious to learn new things. They're scared to learn new things, right? They've lost their childlike faith, their childlike abilities of just being open-minded and having fun and being okay with learning new things, right? That's a part of our culture, is we say, look, it's okay to learn a couple of new things. It's okay to grow as a person, right? Because of technology, one of the downsides to convenience is that it makes people lazy. Technology makes people, it almost conditions society to be in a place where you're always depending on other people. You know, you want everything fast, you want everything now, and you want it to be simple and easy, and you want other people to do it all for you. And when it comes to growing your money, there's a big disconnect there, because truthfully, I mean, if you want to grow your money, you can't be lazy and you can't sit there waiting for someone else to do it for you. And the reason why is because it all comes down to intention. Growing your money has a big part to do with intention. So you have to ask yourself logically, why would someone grow your money if they could just grow their own money? Think about that. If someone had the skill of growing money, then why would they need your money? They could just take their little bit of money and grow it themselves and make all the money they want in the world, right? No one cares about your money more than you, because it's your money. Just like I like to say, no one will take care of your children as well as you can take care of your children if you're a loving and caring parent, because they're your kids. No one is vested with such a permanent interest in that situation, right? Same thing with your money. When you send your money to someone else in hopes that they're going to grow it for you, they're not going to care about it as much as you are, because they didn't work to earn it. And so we teach people to not be lazy, to not give up your power, to give up your control to someone else to grow your money. It's 2022. And technology is advancing very quickly, and there is enough technology available to you to where you can take control of your situation and you can grow your money yourself. And we can do it with just a few minutes per day of practice. And here's what we learned through our own journey is to really become wealthy in trading. We're not talking about making 20 bucks. We're talking about our goal is to secure your financial future. In order to do that, you need three things. You need, number one, you need an effective and conservative strategy. Number two, you need consistent application. And number three, you need scalability. Now, what I can say is that out of those three things, number one is the hardest in effective strategy. Most strategies don't work. Number two, you have to bring number two, consistent application. Because remember, you're the one in control. You're the one pushing the button. So the less times you push the button, then the less times you have opportunity to grow. So you got to show up every day. We create the environment, and we also provide number three, which is scalability. This has infinite scalability. It's virtually unlimited how far you can take this, how big you can grow in this industry. We operate in the largest financial market in the world. We also realize that the current way trading has been taught will never allow for the masses to participate and succeed. Trading, it's interesting because you have 10 million people out there in the world today learning how to trade, and a very small percentage of that big group actually succeed. And then if you go and interview the ones that are successful, it's like they're speaking a completely different language. They're talking some science terminology about trading, looking at these very confusing, complicated charts that are very hard for other people to learn. And so it was our goal within our community here to change that, to say, look, can we improve upon the current model? We knew that if we wanted to help a lot of people succeed and start trying to change that small percentage of people that were successful, we had to make it super simple. We had to dumb it down, really, right? For people like me, I never thought I'd want to be a trader. My personality, I'm creative. I like to travel. I like to go to parties. I like to socialize. I never thought that I would enjoy sitting in front of a computer or looking at financial charts on my phone and trading. But what I learned is that it's actually not that complicated. And it's a powerful vehicle that if it can secure my financial future, well, then it's completely worth it. And that's what I realized is that people just need to actually see how simple it is. It is simple. It takes practice, just like anything else, right? And that's where we come into play. So we have a system now where we aim to grow our accounts by a few percent a day within just a couple of minutes of trading per day. Now, this is strategy number one. I'm going to show you two quick strategies. And if you've never traded before, you're going to see how simple this really is. So this is strategy number one. This is a strategy that takes place at starting at 9:15 in the morning Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So this strategy was designed for someone who wants to just trade a few minutes a day. And when we say a few minutes, it's literally a few minutes. Like we do an intro, welcome everyone to the call, kind of get settled in, get ready. That takes 10, 15 minutes max. And then the actual trades maybe go for, I would say on average, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Sometimes we may trade for like 6 minutes or 7 minutes, but it's really nothing. It's a very, very small time commitment. And then we end the call with a little bit of evaluation, follow up, a little bit of training, announcements, right? So the whole experience from beginning to end is maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. If someone just wanted to trade and they didn't care about announcements and updates and intro and all that, I mean, they could get on the call and get off in about 10 minutes. And that's what this strategy is for. It's a very, very simple strategy. And if you could see, if you're looking at the screen, you should see green lines running across horizontally, and you should also see some red lines running across the screen horizontally. And this is how the strategy works. So when the market opens at 9:30 in the morning Eastern, right? So we get on at 9:15, the market opens at 9:30. And as soon as the market opens, if we see a green bar or a green candle, which is what's showing you the price, if we see that go through the green line, then we look to take a buy trade. And if we see a red candle go through the red line, we look to take a sell trade. That's it. That's really 90% of the strategy there. So that's really simple, right? Like if you've never traded before, you're like, okay, you need a green candle to go to the green line or a red candle to go to the red line. It's very, very simple to follow. What makes it difficult is knowing where those green lines and red lines have to be in order to present a good high probability place to get into a trade. And that part that's technical and difficult, our team does that for you. We do the technical analysis so that when we get on the call, we share the screen and then we just show you where the green line is, where the red line is. Now, it's not financial advice. This is just a trade idea. It's based on, what we call price action and what we call structure and stuff. So the whole point is that you stay in control and you could just watch. And if you get on these calls, 10 minutes every day and you get on and you watch the trading that takes place, you'll see that on most of the days, we've been profitable and we've been successful. And so some days we win, some days we lose. But you'll see that if you watch these calls for a few weeks, for a month, you'll notice that most of the days have been winners. That's what we've been doing this now for, I believe, about a year and a half now. And for a year and a half, most of our days have been winners. And then we expanded to a test group with about 15 people like 10 months ago. And when we traded with them, with a bigger group of people, guess what? For the last 10 months, most of the days have been winners. And then we went official. We just launched about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, actually. And we've had about 10 days of trading. And most of those days have been winning days. So it's been really easy to follow because the coach is just showing where the lines are, when he chooses to get into a buy, when he chooses to get into a sell. And it's a very simple, easy to follow along strategy. Again, that's only a few minutes a day. And then I'm going to show you the second strategy, which is a part that if someone wants to trade more than just what we call the market open call, if someone says, okay, I have more than just 10 minutes or 20 minutes in the morning, I want to take other trades throughout the day. We developed an alert software that alerts you whenever there's a trade idea set up for a potential buy or sell. And so we set this up. This is an alert system where the alerts can go straight to your phone or straight to your computer. And the system of following along, again, it takes a little bit of practice, just like anything else, but we're going to show you, we train you, we coach you, we do live calls, we have recorded videos that teach you how to follow along with these alerts. But overall, the idea is very simple. The alerts either say buy or sell, and that's it. And then with the training that we give you, you take your experience and you look at the charts to see if you want to take those trades. If you want to get in on those trades, again, at your own discretion. And this is an incredible software that for those that practice, for those that groom themselves and develop a little bit of a skill set, they're seeing success. And our goal is to get the entire community on the same page with seeing success with these alerts. And we have dozens of success stories now. This week, we got to interview a couple people live who have been practicing now for the last couple of months, seeing success with both the morning open call as well as with the alert system. And those are the two strategies, right? So one strategy is a few minutes a day in the morning. And then the other strategy is for people who want to trade more, who want to take this deeper and really grow with their technical capabilities in learning how to become an effective trader. And the first strategy is much more simple because it's really just a practice and follow along strategy. Number two, the second strategy is more to make you become independent, where you can evaluate trade ideas on your own. And so there's some people that they only do the first strategy. There's some people that they only do the second strategy. And there's some people who do both. And we created those two different strategies, depending on what your own goals are, you have opportunities for both. Our vision, like where are we going? What's the point of all this? Our vision is long-term. We know that we live in a society that can quickly lose interest if they're not being entertained, right? Like the attention span of today's society, they say is like 15 seconds. It's like a goldfish, right? Adults have the attention span nowadays of like a 5-year-old because of social media and technology and just how fast everything is and how much information is being thrown at us. Our community is slowing time down. We really are. We're pacing ourselves, and we're taking the detrimental parts of that conditioning of instant gratification, we're cutting that off. And we're saying, no, actually, we're going to take our time. We're going to take it serious. This is not I'm going to get rich overnight. No, that's not what this is. This is, we're going to teach you some skill sets, and this can become a new career for you. This can be one of the most powerful vehicles that you've ever been exposed to help hedge yourself against inflation. If you look at the cost of living and you look at how much things costed 10 years ago versus today, I mean, I can just speak for myself. I'm a young man. I'm 37 years old, and I consider that very young. When I started driving, I remember gas was around $1 a gallon. And that was out in California, which has a very high tax rate, especially on fuel, right? So gas was around $1. I remember I used to fill up my car, my first car in my gas tank. I'd fill it up for like 20, 25 bucks. And now, you know, the average gas price, recently it was over $5. It's starting to come down a little bit, but it's still, in the high threes and the low fours in most states. So in the last, let's say 15 years, gas has gone up about 400%. Now I'm using that as an example because we all pay for gas, right? One way or another, either you're paying an Uber ride for their gas or you're paying for your own gas, right? One way or another, right? You're gonna pay for some fuel, and that's something that impacts all of us. And it's gone up 400%, and it's something that everyone has to buy. Or if you look at, let's say, the cost of rent or housing. I mean, look at the cost of housing has gone up. Oh my gosh, in 15 years, are you kidding me? It's probably gone up 6, 7, 800%. The cost of groceries, everyone has to eat food, right? These are not luxury things. We're not talking about private jets and exotic cars. We're talking about the bare essentials of life. You go to the grocery store. I remember what $100 used to get me at a grocery store. It used to do a really good job at helping me eat for a week. Nowadays, not a chance. I mean, you look at your fridge, you're like, where did that $250 go? Right? So groceries have gone up 600, 800% for the bare essentials. We're talking about milk, bread, lunch meat, right? Some bare essentials. So you have to take a step back and become aware of what's happening with the money situation in the world. It's becoming more stressful. It's actually working against the majority of people because the majority of people's incomes are not growing as fast as the cost of living. I just gave you several examples from groceries, gasoline, rent, buying a home. All of those things have grown 3, 4, 6, 800%. Well, in the last 15 years, you have to ask yourself, have salaries, have wages increased by 3, 6, 800%? Obviously not, right? I mean, I think the average minimum wage has gone up like 60% total in the last 15 years. I mean, just giving a rough estimate. Think about that. So the average increase in income for people has gone up maybe 60%, maybe 80%. But then inflation, the cost of our essentials have gone up many, many hundreds of percent. So, I mean, that's just common sense. You got to step back and say, what am I going to do? Because that's a trend that's going to keep happening. That's not going to slow down. It's actually getting faster. Inflation is increasing at a semi-alarming rate. So when you think about the next 5 years or 10 years of your life, you need to really ask yourself, what are you going to do? Are you going to just keep getting more jobs? You know, I talk to Uber drivers all the time because I take a lot of Ubers, and Uber drivers right now are maxing out their time. Most of the Uber drivers I talk to, they're driving 12 hours a day, and then they still have another job, and they're just continuing to trade more time for money, and they think just by working more and more and more and more and more that they're going to catch up on their finances. I don't think there's enough time in a day to do that. I just don't. I think you're going to get exhausted, you're going to get spent, and that's not going to be a good quality of life. And so trading, this is a system, it's a vehicle that's becoming easier and easier to learn. And if you can apply yourself and discipline yourself to plug in to our platform a little bit every day, then in the next 1 year, oh my gosh, you can have an incredible skill set to hedge yourself against the inflation that's happening in the world, to where when everyone is freaking out and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I can, they just increased my rent again. Oh man, I could barely afford groceries. You could be trading right from your phone with an effective trade system that you've learned how to grow your money. And that's the point. That's what I'm saying. This is not, you know, hey, next week you're going to hit the lottery. That's not what this is. This is, look, guys, something's happening in the world today. And this is serious and it's affecting everyone. Let's get together and let's learn the skill set together in our community and grow our own money and take control of our own finances and stop depending on the governments of the world. Stop depending on the economy. Stop depending on your boss at work. Take control. That's the future of our world. The future of our world is decentralization. The future of our world is independence, right? The future of our world is a gig economy, a gig economy. You have everyone, you know, doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and like I said, Uber and Lyft and all these different things out there that people are doing to make extra money. Trading, I have not seen any other vehicle out there that is as powerfully potential as trading, because of the convenience that you could do it from your phone. You could do it from your laptop. All you need is Wi-Fi. With a little bit of practice, you can get really, really good at it. And then the potential ROI, honestly, is just incredible. Incredible compared to any other type of side gig, right? And this is a simple math strategy that we put so that you understand the power of compounding, that if someone took a $2,500 account and they learned how to grow their account by 3% a day, and then whenever they lost 3% a day. And if they could win 3 out of every 4 days, then they can grow their account by 9% a week, right? And that's not, again, that's not saying here's what you're going to do. This is showing you this is real math. And this is what we focus on. We focus on math. We focus on, okay, do you have a plan? And do you know enough to know what you're doing to where you can put the odds in your favor? You can make the math work for you, right? In this example, if you do the math on a compounding calculator, $2,500, 9% a week in a year would grow to $156,000, right? That's incredible. And that's insane. That's beyond what someone would even need to do to become a full-time trader and say, wow, this is where I want to spend the rest of my life, right? And this is not impossible. It's just simple math. And it's about following the system. It's about showing up every day. There's nothing out there more powerful than this. You just need to focus, right? And with our help and with our community, we can help you do that. So what's the cost of the whole platform for the coaching, for the academy, for the psychology, for the software, the whole integration? It's $5.99 the first month to get started, to get set up. And then every month to maintain the benefits of your membership, it's $199 per month. Now, I've been in this space for many years, and I can promise you, I could show you a million examples how our program is very undervalued. What that means is that the cost of what we charge is way below compared to the value that we deliver. And that's what we want, right? You want something that people say, wow, this is more than worth it, right? Our training, our coaching, our software, we blow away a lot of other people in the space who don't provide what we provide. And customers are not growing as quickly in other communities. And there's a lot of programs that charge much, much more. Now I'm going to show you, these are some real results. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it might be hard for you to see unless you're zooming in on the Zoom to really see these numbers here. But again, these are just examples that are real of real people using our system. And these are people that have learned the system. That's the key. This isn't just random. This isn't, you know, again, it's not a lottery. These are people that said, okay, I'm going to learn how to follow the system and I'm going to practice for a month, practice for 2 months, and they improve themselves. And then they're producing results like this, right? And your results will vary, but just know that there's a lot of people getting results that make it so worth them being a part of the program. So you could see some demo accounts, which are like practice accounts, people earning several $1,000s in a week or even several $100s in a day. And then there's some examples here on live accounts, which is real money. I actually know the people who traded on those accounts. That means this is real money that they withdrew to their bank account. You could see people making several $1,000s in a week. And this is with our system, the system that we have right now that we can teach you to follow. And we've already seen this change people's lives where they're like, wow, I had no idea that I could make that much money right from my phone with a little bit of practice, a little bit of time. right? So that's who we're looking for. We're looking for people who are willing to put in the work. And that's why it's not for everyone, because it's not for the person who's not willing to put in the work. If someone's not willing, then this isn't for them. If someone is willing, then this could be the perfect solution for you. And the best of all this is my favorite part of everything is that this is a lot of new technology coming out to the marketplace, but it's hosted on a platform by Youngevity. So who is Youngevity? Youngevity is a 25-year-old publicly traded company out of the United States. And this is a 1 in a million lifetime opportunity, seriously. So Youngevity has already done billions of dollars in sales, and they've already positively impacted millions of people around the world. They've been in business for 25 years. And when you're making a decision on partnering with a company or joining a program, the people that are behind the program are very important, meaning you should know if you're going to buy a program, you're going to purchase education, you're going to purchase an academy to learn something, you should do a little bit of due diligence and make sure that the program's going to last. You know, that's a whole other topic, but there's a lot of companies in this space that are fly by night that are here today, gone tomorrow. You know, you buy a program and then, 3 months later you wake up and the program's gone, and then you have to start all over. And so the coolest thing about the program is that this is all backed and hosted by Youngevity. This is a Youngevity program. And so you don't have to have that worry. You don't have to have that concern. You're with a 25-year-old publicly traded company that's already proven to the world they're not being tested any longer. They've already proven to the world that they have integrity, that they build their business based on value, that they make responsible business decisions, and that they're here for the long term. So if you've been looking for a company that's stable and has credibility, a company that you can be proud to represent, a company that goes way out of their way to deliver high quality experiences to their customers, well, then here you go. And that's what makes the opportunity so rare, is that you have new technology, but with a company that has long-term track record of success and integrity. That's why I call this, it's a once in a lifetime chance to have the best of all worlds. Because normally you're either finding new technology with some brand new startup company where there's high risk, or you're with some old outdated company that can't keep up with modern times. Right here, we actually have a combination of both where we get the best of both worlds, the new technology with a credible company. So again, just to summarize, what does the program include? We have our live morning call experience Monday through Friday, few minutes a day. We have the alert software that sends you alerts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for those that want to become more effective traders and take their trading journey to a whole nother level. We have an advanced trader psychology academy. And this is a powerful personal development course to help you grow in the way you think, in the way you feel, and in the way you behave. This impacts you way beyond making money. This actually changes your thought process and improves every area of your life, because truly to be successful, it starts from within. You have to learn how to think successfully. So we help you with, skills in trading, and we also help you with skills in managing your thoughts, your mental health, your emotional health. And we provide private coaching to help you make this work for your lifestyle. And that's a big difference, right? It's not, you buy some program and then you're all by yourself to figure it out. We're very hands-on. We hold you by the hand. We take you step by step to make sure that if you're willing, you can do it. If you're willing, then there's no excuse. We've taken out all the excuses that someone can use to say, oh, I don't think that this is for me. All you have to do is put in the time, and with time, you're going to grow. And with growth, you're going to see results. And with the results, you can start to shape your future. So I hope you make the right choice, and that is to change your life today. I hope you make the right choice in paying attention to what's happening with the money situation in the world today, and ask yourself, what's going to change? Because if nothing changes, well, then nothing changes, right? If you change, everything changes. You're in control. And our goal is to keep you in the driver's seat, to empower you, to equip you, to teach you, to coach you, and to partner with you every step of the way to use this revolution that's sweeping the storm, sweeping the world right now, to benefit your financial future, to secure your financial future. You could be one of the many success examples in our community today. For those of you that joined us live on a Sunday, thank you. We have a full week coming up. get back to the person who invited you to this call and ask them how you can get started today so that you can start joining our live calls starting tomorrow morning. God bless you guys. Have a great rockin' rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next time.